The fans will come in, and when they come in, they will experience what is new here at Progressive Field. And we put the right person on the job to detail this story of what is new at this ballpark. Put your hands together for a big rousing welcome to Laura Caso with a good-looking lid.
Okay. Hey, thanks. I just bought it. I bought it right when I got here. I'm glad that you like it. Right in the team store. Jim, what is new here? So much. I mean, from new ticket sales to promotions, there's a lot of new food too. Here's the thing. The Guardians want you, the fans, to have such a good time here at Progressive Field.
On your first trip to the ballpark this season, see if you notice some changes. Okay, let's start with one of the best ticket values inside the ballpark. The Guardians are offering a ballpark pass, which includes a mobile standing room only ticket to every home game for just $49 per month. These standing room locations include the corner bar, the left and right field rails, the home run porch, and Heritage Plaza. No surprise here, April is already sold out. And there's a waiting list for May.
Great product that exceeded our expectations. I mean, to sell out, we had a limited quantity. There's only so many standing room only tickets you could bring in here, but to sell it in just over a week was pretty astonishing.
Make sure you bring your plastic. That's because half of the concession stands will be cashless. Credit cards, Apple Pay, and Google Pay will all work though. And speaking of concession stands, what's a ball game without great food, right? Well, new options include crab Rangoon Nachos, melt buffalo chicken mac and cheese, and hot honey chicken tenders, just to name a few. Looking for some goodies if you have a ticket to a game? There are many promotional items the Guardians will be offering, from jerseys of your favorite players to bobbleheads. And if you're planning on rooting on the Guardians, make it a Friday night where the first 12,500 fans get a free t-shirt in the Free Shirt Fridays promotion in the summer.
How cool is that? Listen, I can't wait to try it all. It is so exciting here. I also want to let you know that fans are once again allowed to bring in small bags here, which we know that they're going to be super excited about. Listen, Jim, I am super excited about today. You know it. I've been talking your ear off for a week, and it's so good to be here. We can feel the excitement, and I appreciate you loving my hat and loving my choice, so thank you.
You got it, because I had to put the earpiece in another ear because this ear's not working anymore because you did talk my ear off about opening day.
Yeah,
Laura,
okay.
thanks so much.
Hey, Jim, thanks.
Thank you. Always good to have Chris Antonetti alongside. Feeling strong when I've got the president of baseball operations alongside. You got to be feeling really good about going out west, breaking camp, staying out west, and going 5-2 out west.
It's been a good start to the season. It's always tough to open up on the road, especially against a great team like Seattle. And Oakland's been a tough place for us to play over the years. So to come off that road trip 5-2 and have some great momentum coming into today has been really fun to start.
When you're the president of a team or the general manager of the team or the manager of a team, you're kind of like a parent to these guys, okay? So they always say parents have the worst time watching their sons or daughters playing. So when all these extra inning games were happening in these first 7 games, 3 of them, okay, and they won them all, what is it like? Are you churning?
Definitely churning. I think that's a fair thing to say. I think Tito and I commiserate after the game. I joke with him, I know how hard it is for me, and I'm not sitting in the dugout. I can only imagine what it's like for him. But yeah, you care so much, and you just want guys to do so well and come out on the right side of things. But that's part of what makes it so fun.
Yeah, and this team is fun. Go back a year ago, did you have any trepidation about fielding such a young team as you did last year? And look at what they did then.
Of course. I think we went into last year hopeful and optimistic about what that group might be able to do, but we really didn't know because the group was so young and so inexperienced. And to their credit and to the credit of Tito and our coaching staff, they were able to come together as a team and find a way to win a lot of games.
Chris, tell me about in your line of work when you make a trade and when you actually find out how did that trade work out. So I'll throw 2 at you, all right? The Lindor trade and what you got in return. And the Clevenger trade to San Diego and what you got in return.
Yeah.
And as we've watched these players that have come over here, you say, boy, that deal really worked out, because the Lindor deal was a very emotional deal because he was such a loved player.
Right.
But tell me about the history of that deal.
Yeah, those trades they're really difficult to make, but we also understand, where we are and what we need to do within our market to be successful. And, we were hopeful Francisco would be here for a long time, but when it became apparent that that wasn't going to be possible, we had to think about, okay, how do we then build the next generation of great teams without Francisco here? And we went into that trying to make the best deal we possibly could at the time, and, we didn't know exactly how it would play out, but with the information we had, we identified some guys we thought could contribute, and thankfully, those guys have done a tremendous job since coming over.
It's like a bushel load of guys, I have to tell you that. It's a very competitive lineup to get in. You have your mainstays, Ramirez, Rosario, you've got Stroud in center field, you've got Naylor and those kind of guys, and you've got Jimenez over at second. But then you're looking at kids like Gonzalez and Brennan, and they're fighting for playing time. Yeah. And the kid the other day, Arias did such a great job, and he can play anywhere.
Yep.
It says a lot about the organization, and a lot of guys knocking on the door to get here.
I think those are good problems to have. When we have guys that are fighting to get in the lineups because Tito feels good about the options that we have on the team, and hopefully some of the depth we have in the upper levels of the minors, if we can continue to have those types of challenges, that's a good sign for things to come.
It really is. Chris, good luck the rest of the way. It's very, very early, but the early signs are good.
Thanks. My pleasure. Have fun, Jim.
Chris Antonetti, the president of baseball operations with the Guardians, here on opening day.